Janeiro, Brazil, from July 6 to 7, 2025, where U.S. President Donald Trump announced his decision to hit anti-American BRICS nations, including China, India, and Nigeria, with an extra 10% trade tariff. Meanwhile, the Ghanaian government has responded to the United States decision to significantly reduce visa validity period for the country's travelers, calling for swift resolution while affirming its commitment to bilateral cooperation. In a press release issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ghana acknowledged the U.S. government's sovereignty right to determine its visa regime, but highlighted that the new restrictions vary substantially from the prior reciprocal arrangements. The revised policy, which took effect recently, limits most non-immigrant visas, including B-class business tourism and F1 student visas, to single entry validity for just 3 months. In the meantime, U.S. President Donald Trump has said he will impose a 35% tariff on Canadian goods starting on 1 August, even as the two countries were days away from a self-imposed deadline to reach a new trade deal. The announcement came in the form of a letter published on Trump's social media platform Truth Social, along with additional threats of blanket tariffs of 15% or 20% on most trade partners. Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said his government would continue to protect his country's workers and businesses as they head towards the new deadline. Recall, Trump has sent more than 20 such letters to other U.S. partners this week. He also says he will soon announce new tariffs on the European Union. Democrats in the United States Senate have released a string of text messages and email correspondences that say raises questions about the executive branch's commitment to complying with court orders. Yesterday, the ranking member on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, released what he described as whistleblower evidence about government lawyer Emil Bove. According to Durbin, in his role as acting Deputy Attorney General for the Department of Justice, Bove directed his colleagues to ignore or mislead calls about President Donald Trump's deportation efforts. Bove, formerly a personal lawyer to President Trump during his criminal trials, was recently nominated to serve in a lifetime position as a judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit, but the Senate must first vote to confirm him to the role. A Palestinian activist, Mahmoud Khalil, who was detained for over 3 months in a U.S. immigration jail after protesting against Israel, is suing Donald Trump's administration for $20 million in damages. Lawyers for the activist have filed a claim against the administration, alleging he was falsely imprisoned, maliciously persecuted, and smeared as an anti-Semite as the government sought to deport him over his role in campus protests. The 30-year-old graduate student at Columbia University told newsmen that being detained by ICE agents in March felt like kidnapping. He described the plainclothes agents and unmarked cars taking him from one place to another as really scary.
Most part of it, when you have plainclothes agents and marked cars taking you from one place to another, expecting you just to follow orders and shackled all the time. So that was really scary, especially for that to happen in the United States without presenting any arrest warrant or without presenting any crimes that I've committed. So it absolutely felt like kidnapping for the whole time. And for the next 30 hours, I was taken from one place to another, from New York to New Jersey to Texas, then to Louisiana, to a place where the Trump administration felt comfortable that they would get the outcome that they wished for.
Mr. Khalil, who said he was not presented with arrest warrants and wasn't told where he was being taken, revealed the detention center he was taken to was as far as from humane as it could be and a place where one has no rights whatsoever.
whatsoever. You don't know if you have rights in these places where you share a dorm with over 70 men with no privacy, with lights on all the time, with really terrible food, and basically being dehumanized at every opportunity. So definitely it's far from that, and it's a black hole. That's why it is in a very remote area in Louisiana. It's literally in the middle of a swamp. Like in the summer, you can't go out because it's so hot. And on the inside, it's very cold, and they would refuse to give you extra blankets to get some warmth. So absolutely, this is just one of the lies that this administration has been spreading, whether about immigration or whether about me in specific and about other cases.
Mr. Kelly said he would also accept an official apology from the Trump administration. You're listening to Global Box on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, transmitting live from Olujudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti. After the break, Vietnam jails 30 for grafts worth $45 million. Details of these and more in a moment. Please stay with us.
Hello, good people of Ekiti State and its environment. For your private, political, family, or club meetings, and so on, of not more than 50 to 100 participants, we introduce to you Adamimogo Event Hall. Yes, right at Olojudo's Palace, Adamimogo 107.7 FM's compound, Ido-Ekiti. Ample parking space, good security, clean environment. You also have the opportunity to book for a media publicity of your events on our fast-growing social media platforms. All these for a talking. Simply visit us at Olojudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti, or call the following numbers for more inquiries: 0803-526-5812 or 0916-340-0878 or 0806-511-4430. You can also call 0806-380-8891. Adamimogo Event Hall. We are waiting for your patronage.
Glad to know you're still there. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel via Adamimogo 107.7 FM. For happenings around you or news inquiries, please call our newsroom on this number 0915-786-8095. Now to the rest. In Vietnam today, jailed 30 people, including several former senior officials, over grafts that cost the state $45 million, with one ex-official convicted of taking suitcases stuffed with cash bribes. The communist nation's crackdown on corruption in recent years has seen 2 presidents and 3 deputy prime ministers deposed and top business leaders taken down. According to the state media, 30 of the 41 were convicted of corruption. The prosecutors said caused damages worth more than $1.16 trillion to the state. Pakistan police today said a father shot dead his daughter after she refused to delete her account on the popular video sharing app TikTok. In the Muslim majority country, women can be subjected to violence by family members for not following strict rules on how to behave in public, including in online spaces. According to a police report, investigators say the father killed his 16-year-old daughter on Tuesday for honor and was subsequently arrested. Meanwhile, police in the city of Rawalpindi, where the attack happened next to the capital, Islamabad, say the victim's family initially tried to portray the murder as a suicide. On sports news this afternoon, former England international Alan Shearer has said that he would not be surprised if Chelsea sold the striker Nicholas Jackson this summer. Shearer, who made this known in a recent podcast, said Chelsea have options such as Liam Delap and Joao Pedro in the attacking line and could consider parting ways with the Senegalese forward. Chelsea recently secured the signings of both attackers from Ipswich Town and Britain. Jackson, who joined Chelsea from Villarreal, has faced criticism at the club from both fans and put it in their past due to their performances for the Blues. With our sports story, we end this edition of Global Box on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Just before we go, a recap of our top stories. We told you that Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister Yusuf Togar has said Nigeria won't cave in to pressure from the Donald Trump administration to accept Venezuelan deportees from the United States. We also brought it to you that US President Donald Trump has said he will impose a 35% tariff on Canadian goods starting on 1st August, even as the two countries were days away from a self-imposed deadline to reach a new trade deal. And finally, we told you that a court in Vietnam today jailed 30 people, including several former senior officials, over grafts that cost the state $45 million, with one ex-official convicted of taking suitcases stuffed with cash bribes. That's Global Boss on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Olujudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti. On behalf of the production crew, led by Ayomide Surulere, many thanks for listening. Good afternoon.